The human brain has two lobes. The left brain is responsible for logical and analysis and analytical thinking, and the right brain is responsible for creative, abstract, and out of the box thinking. And another name for logical, analytical thinking is critical thinking. And it's no coincidence that the name is critical thinking, because sadness is what happens inside of the left brain and joy is what happens inside of the right brain. When somebody's in a state of joy and peace, it's in the right brain. When somebody's in a state of sadness or worry, they're generally speaking are in the left brain. Their consciousness is focused on the left brain. In this week's parasha, Yaakov Avinu is on his deathbed, and he's gathered all the sons around. He says, everyone gather around, and he wants to give his final, his dying words. And he begins by saying, gather around, and I'm going to tell you all what's going to happen at the end of times, in the times of redemption, times of Mashiach. And he says, gather around, and suddenly he says, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, and then he just starts talking about something else. He starts saying about Reuven, and just starts talking, completely changing the subject. And it looks very weird, like what's going on. And the psak looks almost like there's a sentence missing in the Torah. And if you look in the Rashi says that he was about to say what was going to happen at the end of days, but then the divine providence was taken away from him, and the Shekhinah left him, and he couldn't see anymore what to say, so he just moved on to the next topic. And I had a question on this Rashi, because Rashi says the reason why it changes the pasuk, but it doesn't say the reason why Hashem took the divine providence away. And I was looking at the pasuk again, I was thinking, maybe this is saying something else. Maybe the answer is actually there. Maybe that is the answer. The answer is that when we go out of analysis paralysis, and when we stop trying to calculate and trying to work things out and trying to understand, and when we go into joy and peace and acceptance and emunah, then Mashiach will come. And that is what I took out of the pasuk. And I just want to leave that with you, and I wish you all a tremendous Shabbos, and thank you very much for watching this video.